There is a moment every human being knows but almost no one talks about. A fragile instant suspended between being awake and being gone, when the body relaxes before the mind does, when breathing slows, when thoughts stretch into something shapeless and heavy. And it is exactly in that moment, according to Brazilian folklore, that she arrives, not running, not screaming, not dragging chains or announcing herself with violence, but stepping softly through the house like someone who has been there before, like someone who knows every corner, every creaking board, every shadow cast by moonlight on the walls. Her name is Pisadeira, and she does not need to chase you, because by the time you realize she is there, you are already trapped. The Pisadeira is not born from forests or mountains or ancient ruins swallowed by nature. She is born from homes, from bedrooms, from the quiet domestic spaces where people believe they are safe. She is said to appear after heavy meals, when the stomach is full, when the body is slow and heavy, when sleep comes quickly and deeply, lowering every defense without permission. In old Brazilian households, grandparents warn children not to eat too much before bed, not because of indigestion, but because of her. They said a full belly invites her presence, that she is drawn to those who sleep on their backs, exposed, unaware, breathing deeply as if nothing in the dark could possibly reach them. Those who claim to have seen her describe the same figure, again and again, across regions, across generations, across stories told in whispers and confessions made years later with shaking voices. An old woman, impossibly thin, her body bent not by age alone but by something cruel and patient. Her arms are long and sinewy, ending in fingers that curve like claws, nails thick and dark, as if never cut. Her legs are short, crooked, almost deformed, but strong enough to carry her weight in the absolute silence. And her feet, always her feet, grotesquely large, disproportionate, heavy, built, not for walking, but for pressing down, for crushing breath from lungs, for pinning a body that cannot fight back. Her hair hangs long and white, tangled and dirty, framing a face with a hooked nose and sunken eyes that never blink. And when she smiles, it is not cruel in the way predators are cruel. It is calm, confident, certain, as if she knows exactly how this will end. The attack always begins the same way. You wake up, or at least you believe you do, your eyes open, but the room feels wrong, too still, too quiet. The air feels thick, heavy, pressing down on your chest. You try to move your arms, your legs, your head, but nothing responds. Panic blooms instantly, sharp and overwhelming, but your body remains frozen, locked in place, as if it no longer belongs to you. And then you feel it, a weight, not sudden, not violent, but deliberate. Something climbing onto your chest, settling there, adjusting itself as if finding the perfect position. You want to scream, but your mouth does not open. You want to breathe, but your lungs refuse to expand. Every instinct in your body is screaming that something is wrong, that something is on you, that something is watching you from inches away. And that is when you see her, sometimes perched directly on your chest, sometimes crouched just above you, her massive feet pressing down, her hands resting lightly on your shoulders as if she does not need strength to keep you pinned. Her face is close enough that you can smell her, a scent of old dust, sweat, and something rotten, like a house abandoned for decades but never truly empty. She does not speak. She does not need to. Her presence is the message. Her eyes lock onto yours, unblinking, studying every twitch of fear, every attempt to fight, every silent plea for mercy. Some say she leans closer, her breath cold against your face. Others say she simply watches, smiling, waiting. The pressure on your chest increases slowly, methodically, squeezing the air from your lungs, not all at once, but just enough to remind you how helpless you are. Just enough to make you think you are dying. Just enough to make you believe you might not wake up this time. And then, suddenly, she is gone. The weight lifts. Your body unlocks. You gasp for air, sitting upright, heart pounding so violently it feels like it might tear itself apart. The room looks normal again. Silent, empty, safe. But you know, deep in your bones, that something was there. Something real, something that chose you. For centuries, people tried to explain the Pisadeira as more than just a monster. Some believed she was once human, a cruel old woman who delighted in tormenting others. cursed after death to continue her sadistic pleasure forever. Others said she was the embodiment of guilt, punishment for gluttony, laziness, excess, a warning carved into folklore, teaching discipline through fear. Eat too much, sleep carelessly, and she will come for you. But no explanation ever fully satisfied those who experienced her, because the fear she leaves behind is too personal, too intimate, too precise to feel like a simple story meant to scare children. What makes the Pisadeira truly terrifying is how closely she mirrors something real. Around the world, countless cultures describe a nearly identical experience: waking unable to move, feeling a crushing weight on the chest, sensing a presence in the room, often an old woman, a hag, a shadowy figure watching and waiting. In Europe, they called her the Old Hag. In Japan, the Kanopi. In Newfoundland, the Hagen, different names, different faces, but the same paralyzing terror. Science calls it sleep paralysis, a glitch between dreaming and waking, when the body remains immobilized while the mind becomes conscious. But knowing the explanation does not make the experience any less horrifying. It does not stop the fear. It does not erase the memory of those eyes, that weight, that certainty that something wanted you to suffer. In Brazil, the Pisadeira remains more than a medical explanation. She is a cultural scar, passed down through generations, whispered in the dark, laughed off in daylight, but never fully dismissed. People swear she feels different, that her presence is intentional, that she chooses her victims, that she enjoys the fear, the struggle, the helplessness. Some say she returns to the same person again and again, feeding on their terror, growing stronger each time. Others believe she lurks on rooftops at night, crouched like a spider, waiting for the lights to go out, listening for the sound of someone lying down too full, too tired, too vulnerable. Even today, in modern cities filled with artificial light and locked doors, people report encounters with her. Adults who have not believed in folklore for decades wake up shaking, convinced they were about to die. They describe the same pressure, the same paralysis, the same overwhelming sense of being watched by something ancient and cruel. They search for answers, for logic, for reassurance. But the fear lingers because deep down, a part of them wonders if science is only half the truth, if sleep paralysis is not the cause, but the door, if the Pisadeira is not a hallucination, but what steps through when the body cannot fight back. And that is why her legend survives. Not because she lives in stories, but because she lives in experiences. In the shared terror of waking up, unable to move, in the universal fear of losing control over your own body, in the realization that safety is an illusion, that even your own bed, your own home, your own sleep can be invaded. The Pisadeira does not need believers. She does not need rituals or offerings. She only needs one thing: you lying on your back, full, tired, confident that nothing can reach you in the dark. So tonight, when you turn off the lights and lie down to sleep, remember this: monsters that roar and chase can be escaped. Monsters that hide in forests can be avoided. But monsters that wait for you to close your eyes, that use your own body against you, that sit on your chest and smile while you suffocate in silence, are far harder to run from. Because by the time you feel her weight, by the time you realize she is there, it is already too late to move.